Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to show you how I analyze a fourplex, and I'm super excited to give you an idea of how to make wealth and create wealth through real estate. Now, for those that are more of an experienced investor, what I may say you may disagree with. I don't really care. This is more for just general information on how to do this, and you may have other tools and resources, and that's great. Feel free to comment and share them below if you'd like to add value to this video. Now, looking at this, here's a fourplex that I recently toured with a client. It's 750,000. And first thing I'm doing is I'm looking at the rents in the area. So I'm going down 840, 950. One of the units is vacant, 950. And so right here, I'm already kind of getting an idea of what's happening. And I'm using this wonderful tool called Rentometer. It's free. Is it accurate? Maybe, maybe not. It's been accurate for me in my rents and what I've done. So going through it, this pulls based off 16 results, 2-bedroom, single bath within the last 12 months in a 2-mile radius. And it's showing me that rents are around $1,400 per month. Now, I might push that a little bit and try to shoot for 15. That's what I put in there to see if that's possible. Why not? Now, here's a few things that's different with a multifamily or a fourplex. Going back, there are 4 living units in this little building here. So that means 4 different families, 4 different gas meters, 4 different electrical panels, all these things. Okay. 4 times. Just look at a single family house and times it by 4, essentially. Now, it's an investment property. And so what appraisers will do is they will not only appraise it based off of sold comps, but they'll appraise it based off the income it generates. So in this case, it generates pretty low income. But if you raise those rents instantly, by raising the rents, it would raise the value of the fourplex. And I'll show you in just a moment here. So I pulled a list of all the fourplexes in a 1.5-mile radius, and I started to analyze them and see what's happening. There's this fourplex here that sold for $699 or $700,000. This sold clear back in October of last year. And we look at the rents, $975, $900, and it's because these were two duplexes that they were selling together. So rents are pretty good. Let's take a look at the square footage. 810, a little bit bigger, and 810, once again, good, right? Sold for $700. That kind of gives us an idea. But then there's some other ones here that have sold recently too. This one on Shannon. This one here, 896, once again, a little bit bigger than our current property, but look at the rents. One at 900, one at 13, one at 8, another at 13. So instantly, these ones are creating a little bit more value for the property because half the units are rented over $1,100. That one sold for $776. So that starts to give you an idea of what you could do with this particular multifamily property. So moving over to the 825. This one originally listed 825, now sold for 772. But let's take a look at the rents as well. $1,000, $1,050, $1,000. So you know already if you went into this regular duplex or fourplex that you've invested in and raised the rents, you instantly would have close to $22,000 in equity just by simply raising the rents alone, up to $1,000 based off the comp, right? This one's the most recent, sold in February. If you were to compare photos, which I would recommend, typically, you would see that these are very similar in condition. All right, finally, this one here. And this is a great example of how you can create wealth. This one sold for $890. This one sold SHARE back in August. Rates were a little bit lower. I have to recognize that, right? Rates were a little bit lower back then. And I've got to be okay with that. That's going to take a little bit of a dip into the actual sold price of the property. But let's just take a look for a moment. They've come in. They've added new paint, new flooring. They've updated the kitchen barely. Like, they've just made it look pretty, right? But let's take a look at the rent. They had multiple offers on this property. And these are smaller units. The current subject property units are 882 square feet. These are 600 square feet. But look, once again, you got $1,400, $1,250, $1,400, $1,300. The only thing you need to do is go in and add maybe 15 to 20K per unit on this current subject property that we're looking at, which would be about 80 grand cash. I get that. That puts your property value. If you put in 80, say you pick this up, that's at 830, and then all you'd have to do is raise the rents for it to increase another $60,000 in profit, right? To get to that 890. So just by raising the rents, you alone could create a $60,000 gain in equity in this property. So what I'm trying to show you with this fourplex is that you could come in here. Let's say you got this for $725 or anything below this price in the given market. It's very possible. This one went really fast. And the reason why it went really fast is because these rents are low. You can increase the value of the fourplex. And if they came in and added just a few more updates and made it look beautiful, they could rent it for top dollar or what's the average rate in the area. This is how you create wealth in real estate. Because at this point, let's say this property is now worth $140,000 more than you picked it up by simply adding a little bit of value and increasing the rents. Well, now you can do a cash out refinance and you can leverage this, get a home equity line of credit if you needed to then go buy your next property. There are so many different ways, but this person who's buying this property, assuming that they come in and make some general fixes and raise the rents, this person could make anywhere between $60,000 and $140,000 just by simply buying this property. Investing in real estate is really cool. If you have more questions about this, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them, but I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope that this has a lot of value for you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.